This is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network, now in its 7th year. Talk like you've never heard it before.
I'm Alex. That's big red letters there, and in the white letters, the name of the program is The Ramble. We're here until midnight tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, oh, there, his hand is in the way. Get your hand out of the way, will you? See, oh, your kitties. That's Stephen Pearl and his kitties. Oh, which one is that?
That's Siam.
That's Siam, yeah.
Neatly, and here's whoops, sorry about that. Muddy Waters, say hello.
Yeah, isn't it supposed to be an old lady and her cats?
Yeah, I'm the old man.
Yeah, how you doing, Stephen Pearl?
Oh, just a little tired today. It's very hot out there, and nothing's going on, so I'm just sitting around.
I'm tired too. I took my pill last night, which usually makes me a little groggy, but then I took a melatonin gummy.
Oh, a gummy. A cannabis gummy.
Melatonin is supposed to help you fall asleep. And I took it, and it knocked me out. And I woke up this morning, and I've been bumping into walls ever since. So.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. So, how's everything in Las Vegas? How's your?
Just doing nothing now. I did a bunch of work. I was in Reno, and then I did some midnight shows with your friend Alan Steven. That was a lot of fun out here.
How is Alan?
Alan's doing good, and then that was it. So I'm just sitting around right now.
Yeah. Well, the question is, have things gone back into lockdown? They're
starting to. People, you got to wear your mask if you go indoors anywhere now. So it's coming. The mask has made a comeback. The most exciting comeback since Larry Fine after his third stroke.
Yeah. Well, I mean, making its comeback? I often wonder if people go in and they're going to rob a bank now. Do they take their mask off?
That's off, yes. We're in Bizarro land.
I mean, everybody looks like a gangster with the mask on.
Yep.
You know, everybody's robbing a bank with the mask on.
Yeah.
But you haven't been doing any gigs?
Not for about 2 weeks. I've been taking it easy.
How do you communicate with the world? You don't have a computer.
I do have a computer. It's on the phone. Everything's on the phone. I got Facebook.
Yeah, I guess you could do that.
Yeah, I got Facebook. I got this. I got that. We got doing this right now on the phone. It's you really don't need a desktop anymore.
The only thing, I need a desktop. I need that feeling that I've got the world in front of me.
I wish mine was working. I love sitting at a desktop.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more suitable than trying to get everything off the iPhone. Or even an iPad is maybe a little better because you got a little more landscape.
Oh, I'm not cut off from the world. So.
Let's talk about it for a second. You have a problem. Your computer.
My computer is a problem.
He put in the password one day and it wouldn't take the password. Now that
what was it?
Who knows why that happened?
I don't know. There's 3 passwords in my whole life I've used, and it won't take any of them.
Well, it could be that the machine, it's a Windows machine, kind of went glurky on you. There's a word I just made up, glurky. It became glurky, and it just wouldn't take your password. That's all. No matter what it is.
Machines go nuts,
Yeah. Have you tried 1, 2, 3, 4?
I tried everything.
I wonder if there is a default password on a. Now, I see what I tell you to do is go online and look up how to retrieve your password from your machine.
Oh, I've looked that shit up and none of it works. Press F2, then press F5, then put an egg in your mouth and twirl around.
Well, there might be a way of doing it.
Well, I wish I knew what it was.
Well, if I can figure it out, I'll do a little research. If I can figure it out, maybe I'll give you a call and we'll go through it. You said have the machine now?
What's that?
You have the machine back now?
Yeah, it's plugged in. I can turn it on. It just won't go anywhere from there.
Well, I mean, it does go to the put in your password, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Goes there, and then that's where you stop. It's a weird machine. It's possessed. It's possessed, I tell you.
No. I mean, this is bad programming on the part of Microsoft, which is not unusual, you know. But I've never had this problem with Macs. Never had a problem with it. Oops. See, there's a message coming through, folks. Let me get that out of the way.
Chap, surrender. FDR dead.
What happens is I record the entire picture here of the Zoom, and if anything gets in its way, like a message, and I usually put it down low enough so that stuff doesn't come in, but there, people saw the message come in. Yeah. But anyway, so I mean, who knows what went wrong, but obviously, you probably knew your password.
I knew my password, yeah.
You probably put it in a dozen times.
Oh, nothing. This is the wrong password.
Well, the other thing, it's a Mac. It's a PC, right?
I think so, yeah.
It's a PC.
HP. There's HP on it. So
HP, and it's Mac. The latest version of Mac, if you have a camera, does facial recognition. And you could have just done facial recognition, but you can't do that till you've got a password.
Yeah, ain't that a kick in the head?
I've been bothered for years by passwords because maybe I don't want one. Maybe I don't care if somebody can just turn on the computer and get into it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because
I don't care if anyone breaks into my computer.
Yeah, if they're
findporn.com, so what?
Yeah, if they're a hacker, they can get in anyway.
That's right.
Right? So who cares if you have to have a password for this and a password for that? We should just have a thing that says, I forego any password, I'll take my chances.
I don't want a password to begin with. I don't need one.
Well, I started out for years, I had one single password. I mean, I had this password since maybe 1993, when I first got a computer, 1994. I have the same password constantly. And I used it over and over and over and over again. And then all of a sudden they go, you got to change your password.
Oh, I hate when they do that. Everything's working fine. Let's fuck you up. Yeah, sure. You must change your password. Why?
And if you put in the old one, they go, well, you've already used that. You can't use that again.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, really? It's okay. So then I took that and I put an asterisk after it. And then that was it for a while until they asked me again. Then they came up with this other thing, which just is the most annoying thing in the world, called two-step verification. Have you run into this?
No.
No. Well, I ran into it with the Mac, and I've run into it with banks and things like that. They want two-step verification, so no one can really screw with your, with your account. And two-step verification is they send you on your phone a number, and you have to put that in. And then you can get into whatever you have to get into. Made no sense at all. No sense at all. And, I mean, I don't need all that. I don't care.
Yeah.
In the immortal words of Larry Bubbles Brown, go ahead, steal my identity, then you'll have no life.
Exactly. There you go.
Go ahead, steal my identity. I really don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's
the world of machinery. You can't live with it. You can't chop it up into a pile.
Well, the thing is, I love, I've really loved over the years. You know me, I love computers. I was always into them. I was the first one ever to bring a computer into a control room to do a radio show, and my bosses said, Don't bring that computer. Don't put that computer in the studio. Well, today every studio is filled with banks of computers.
You're a pioneer.
Yeah. So I mean, I've always been very much into computers, but I've gotten to the point where I really don't give a shit about them.
Yeah.
I really think that they've become a real problem to us. I mean, think about all the hacking that goes on.
I know.
Well,
with new technology comes new problems. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, no, with technology comes people who want to take advantage of it.
Exactly. Become new rats.
Yeah. So it's pretty terrible all the way around, and I don't know what to do about it.
You do nothing about it. You grin and bear. You grin and bear.
Oh,
That's
I've
what you
often
do.
thought about turning off all my computers and just saying fuck the rest of the world. You know,
There you
I'm
go.
not going to do. I'm not going
I
to
like to do that.
Not going to do a show. Nothing. I'm just not
Yeah.
going to have any computers working in my
Uh-huh.
house because they bring me nothing but grief. They bring me nothing but bad information.
Exactly. We got along fine without them before.
Yeah. So I mean, I just don't know what to do. But you've got a real problem there, and it should be easily fixed. But,
Well, for $200 it is, but I ain't spending $200.
well, I
on it.
understand the guy runs a business and he's trying to make some money, but it's something it's not going to take that much of his time to do.
First he said it would be like a simple $50 job. Then he called me later and said, "Well, this is worse than I thought. We have to do this, and this." I said, "Oh,
It's not worse than he thought. Just
Yeah.
erase the goddamn hard drive, and I don't
Yeah.
care where you do it. Take it out of that machine, put it in another machine, and erase it. Then put it back in, and the machine's going to say, "Oh, new hard drive. Oh, we need to reinstall the
I ain't
operating
gonna give you
system."
200 for it. Screw that.
Huh?
I'll give you 50 for that, but I ain't gonna give you 200 for it. Screw that.
Well, if I were there, I'd do it for free. I could do it.
Well, I can fix it with a hammer and some chocolate syrup.
But let me go to I'm gonna go later and look up and see if I can find how you can bypass that password on a Windows machine and get into your system so you can establish your password. There's got to be something you can do.
Don't ask me. Don't ask me.
Well, I'm asking you, damn it.
Well, you turn around the thing, you make it 49 megahertz, then you turn around, you put another tape in there, and you get out the 4 filter, you take out the Feldman wire, you put in the thingamajig, and you connect it to the Etch-a-Sketch and the typewriter.
Yeah, simple.
Simple. Windows 62. Then you connect the typewriter to the blender, you press puree, and you send an email. Voila.
Voila. Yeah. So, so you're not working right now because
Right now, I'm just sitting around.
yeah, and because
Enjoying it.
the COVID is kind of running rampant a bit.
Yes, it's all over
You
the
haven't
place.
been
Ready to come back.
vaccinated yet, I'm sure.
What's that?
Yep.
The people say, "Have you been vaccinated?" Hasn't everybody?
But have you?
Hasn't everybody?
Have you?
Hasn't everybody?
Have you?
I will tell you.
Huh?
Ask that.
Well, that
Man.
your cat would tell you to get vaccinated.
Okay. Well, when he tells me in English, then we'll discuss that.
Get a vaccine. I don't want to get COVID
Boy.
here, and I'm a cat. Or the Siamese would be like Edward G. Robinson. Yeah, get the vaccine. Yeah.
He is like Edward. Man, I'm the boss. Say, man. You want coffee? You'll make it this way. See, you like it much better. Maxwell House.
No, but, you know, by not getting the vaccine, you're helping spread it.
I'm not spreading nothing. I'm not going anywhere.
Well, it doesn't matter. You know, do your part. It's a very simple. Right
NRA,
now, I'm sure you could just roll out of bed, and if you kept rolling, you would hit a vaccination place.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to keep rolling right now.
Like, where's the closest Where's the closest drugstore to you?
Oh, the supermarket. And we have my car's not working, but we have a shuttle that goes there on Wednesdays to the supermarket.
The supermarket. And do they have the vaccine in there?
They got a pharmacy and they give the vaccine.
Okay. I want you to go over there today. Is your car working?
No.
Oh. This is a man whose life is replete with things that don't work.
Exactly. Everything I have that's mechanical or electronic is just like on strike.
Yeah, but I want you to then go to the bus, right?
Yeah, we got the shuttle on Wednesday.
And Wednesday, okay, what's today? Okay, today's Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Tomorrow, take the shuttle to the grocery store and say, "Hey, I want the vaccine."
And then I'll go blind the next day.
Yes, of course. Look at me. I've had both the shots. Do I
You're only
look like
31. Let's
do I
look at
look
him.
like I have problems? You know. No, come on. How many millions of people in this country have taken it? Do you hear about anybody having any problems from it?
There's a guy next door to me who grew another head and doesn't like the same music as him.
I see. Okay, I see. Yeah, that's
Oh,
your
I can't hit that. Son of, oh, shared that central nervous system.
that's your argument. I see. Okay.
I might grow another head and it won't like the same music as me.
No, I want you to get it for a couple of reasons. Number one, you're my friend and I like you, and I don't want you to die.
Well, everybody's got to go sooner or later.
Well, yeah, but better later than sooner, okay? I sit around here saying, hey, at my age, I'm going to be dead soon, which bothers me greatly.
We're all going to be dead soon.
Well, because I won't have fun anymore, but then again, I'm alive and I don't have fun, so it doesn't really matter.
Fun and ages.
I just don't want to lose another friend,
Oh, me strong like bull.
No, so therefore, I am urging you to get vaccinated. Don't be one of those assholes who isn't vaccinated.
Look, a vaccine. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Right in the neck, man. Okay, I'm cured.
It's very simple and it doesn't hurt.
I've seen needles go in all the way, man. Those are long needles.
Yeah, but you don't feel it. Those needles, I'll tell you, my wife has to use a needle because she's a heroin addict.
Of course,
and no, she has to use a needle because she has allergies. So she has to take this allergy medicine, and she has to use a needle to do it. Those things are so fine now; they just you don't even have to push them; they just go in.
Hey. Yeah, I know. I don't mind needles.
And it's a little, maybe it's a quick little pinch at best, and then you're over with it.
Which I've been described as that, sir.
You've been described as a little prick. Yeah, absolutely. So you know what little pricks are all about. So
that's right.
So do you sit at home creating material for an act that doesn't exist right now?
I sit in front of the mirror and I go, okay, I'm going to do this for my new lady driver joke. Hey, these lady drivers today, and then I make the left turn and the right turn, and that's what I do. I do pantomime.
Well, I was talking to Slayton the other day, and we were talking about the fact that a majority of his act he probably can't even do now.
Yeah.
You can't do the Chinese jokes. You can't do the women jokes. Everything's off the table. And it's very difficult, I would think, for a comedian to come up with material because you've got a very narrow window to see the world.
Everything is all cancel culture now. You got to be careful what you come up with. It's insane. So, but I haven't had any trouble. So, I think weird anyway. So, yeah.
Well, do you have anything in your act? Have you gone back and looked at your act and said,
half of it I couldn't use.
And said, I can't use that now?
Yeah, a lot of it.
Give me an example.
A lot of it probably, I had a few gay jokes probably from 1980 that I can't do anymore.
Well, you probably gave those up years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, but what about stuff right now? Since the cancel culture is out.
Let's see. Don't you think we should kick every chink out of the country? I can't do that one anymore.
No, you can't do that one anymore. Yeah.
What about these Jews today? Aren't they cheap? You can't do that one anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know.
These Italians are all gangsters. You can't do that joke anymore.
Exactly, yeah. How about that hippity hop music? Isn't that crazy? Well,
I was watching Godfather of Harlem, the show on Epix, and you've got a lot of great Italian actors playing gangsters, and every time these guys ever get work, it's playing gangsters. Yep. And you would think they'd get to a point where they'd have that realization that what they were doing is playing stereotypical parts.
Yeah.
And stereotyping their own people as gangsters. Exactly.
Well, you're not going to see Tony Sirico playing a surgeon anytime soon.
That's correct. But although I have seen him.
It was bad. Yeah.
I've seen him in Woody Allen films playing, I think, a cop.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah. He's capable of other things.
Yeah.
But, everybody in The Sopranos, is that a stereotype or is that a stereotype?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, what are you going to
do? If you did that about black people, they'd get outraged.
That's right.
So anyway, I was watching a movie last night starring Kay Francis. I don't know if you ever heard of Kay Francis.
I know who that is.
At one time in Hollywood, she was the highest paid female. She was that big in the 30s. And this is a film about a woman who's a doctor who of course, being a doctor and a woman at that time, she really has a hard time getting customers and people believing that she can heal them and so on and so forth. But then she gets pregnant out of wedlock. Now, this was pre-code, before the motion picture code came in.
Right.
And she goes to Europe and has the baby and decides to be a mother without a father.
Oh, whoa. Ahead of its time, baby.
And I'm going, wow. You know,
Yeah.
that sounds like something they made yesterday, not
Yeah.
back in the 30s. But there was the code, and then there was pre-code. And pre-code is like I think 1933 or 1934. So all the pictures before that were all about sex and people having sex at the beginning, having babies out of wedlock and all of that. And then all of a sudden in 1934, everybody like stood up straight. No, no, men and women can't sleep in the same bed together. You know.
Oh my.
Yeah. So, which only brought up to me the idea that times change. And you know, we've come up with a new code of ethics, as it were, and I don't know that I like that much.
I don't like it either. Everyone's too decent. It's bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, years ago when you did vaudeville and things like that, you had what they call dialect acts.
Yeah, sure.
These were guys who did dialects. The Jewish dialect, the German dialect.
Yeah.
Oh, was you there? I didn't see you. You know,
Exactly.
everybody laughed at that. And they were sitting in the audience, and the person they were laughing at was doing a parody of them.
Yep.
But they laughed at it because they go, "Yeah, that's me." You know.
Yep.
Today, if you did those acts, you'd be vilified.
You'd be ruined, finished, through.
Yeah, we've lost the ability to laugh at ourselves.
Exactly.
And to make fun of ourselves.
Everyth's
and you're going to tell me, look, you're going to tell me an Italian isn't funny sometimes because of the way they act. A Jew isn't funny because of the way he acts. A black person isn't funny because of the way he acts.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it all changes.
It all changes. Everyone gets too decent and too unfunny.
Yeah. So anyway, so you just sit at home, you smoke your pot, got your
Smoke my pot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. How out of a 24-hour day, how many hours a day are you stoned?
Oh, most of it, probably.
Really? You're stoned right now?
Yeah, I'm a little high on that.
How do you know you're stoned anymore?
Well, I enjoy. I'm smiling, and I don't want to kill anybody. I must be high.
Okay, but if you stopped it, what would happen? If you stopped,
I'd be bored. I'd be very bored.
What this? You're not bored with pot?
No.
Because my problem with pot is it puts me to sleep.
Well, it puts me to sleep late at night, but yeah.
Oh, it puts me to sleep
Other than
anytime I
Pauly
take
Shore
it.
movies, so yeah.
And I become very withdrawn, and I'm not as outgoing.
Well, you see, it doesn't work that way for me. It just cocaine works that way for me.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm talking about being outgoing, and really, I'm not that outgoing.
They got going. Yes, yeah, you're a social butterfly.
Would
we
you
all
have
know
described me in the old days as Alex Bennett? Oh, he's outgoing.
Oh, he's outgoing, baby. He's clubbing tonight.
When I wasn't,
no, I was like, I do anything I do. I just smoke a little pot, like putting sugar on it. That's all. Well, honey on it.
When I wasn't on the air, I kind of withdrew. You know, I didn't. I was very inside, and then as soon as I was on the air, it was, "Hey, everybody, how are you, Alex? Hey, look at me, I'm an asshole." You know, and that was it. Hey, listen, good talking to you again.
Hey,
you're one of my favorite people.
Thank you. You're one of my favorite people.
Too bad we're not in the same place at the same time.
Well, you should have seen me in '78. I was in New York then, but I ain't going back.
Yeah, you're originally from where?
Long Island, Hewlett, Long Island.
Yeah, and did you move into the city at any time?
I lived in the city in 1978 for 8 months on 31st Street, right across from a chock-full of nuts place.
And when did you go to California?
I went there first in '76 for a visit, fell in love with the place, and I moved there for good in '79.
Oh, okay. So, and you were there for most of your life after that?
'79 to '87, and then LA, and then back up north from '09 till for 19, for 10 years, another 10 years, and then I came to Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah. And did you work with Sam Kinison too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know all the dead guys. Name them.
All the dead guys?
Robin Williams, James Knox Polk, all of them.
Anyway, I'll talk to you in a couple of weeks.
All right, we'll talk to you soon, my
That's
friend.
Stephen Pearl, ladies and gentlemen. Let's say goodbye to him. Bye-bye.
Bye.
This is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network, now in its 7th year. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Okay, thanks to Stephen Pearl for joining us this evening and having a little happy fizzies party along with us. Again, there's only one person waiting to go on, so I don't know. What am I going to do about this? We got about 7 people last night, or 6 people last night after a while, but right now there's just one person waiting, and I just don't know if I want to go forward with just one person. So let me see here. What should I do about this? I could talk here for a few minutes and just see if anybody else comes along, in which case well, there we have 2 people now. But it's still not enough. I don't know. I really, it doesn't encourage me, okay, when it's been this way lately. I guess I'll just put these 2 people on, and then if we don't get more, I'll just say goodnight to them. Okay? All right? That's the best way to do it. Let me see here. Admit all. And then there they are, the 2 of them. One of which, Jeff, put your the camera so we can see you.
Okay.
No, that's not it either. You gotta.
Yeah, I gotta get it.
You just gotta get a little more. There we go. Let me see here. What?
Nice lighting in the ceiling behind you, Jeff.
Yeah. Tony's joining us.
Slow, but correct.
No, but you're not. You're really not. You can't you move that camera?
It's not too much
There
light.
you go.
There you go. That's
Perfect.
Fine. See? William Ferguson is joining us again. He was here last night and did a very nice job of getting the talk going. You're in the TARDIS tonight.
I am in the TARDIS tonight, sir.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Yeah. I never thought of using that as a background. That is a pretty good background to do, you know?
I was gonna like wander into the shot as soon as you brought me in.
Yeah, just walk into it.
Just walk into it, like I would like look around and then come sit down in front of the computer.
Yeah. Well, too bad you don't have the sound effect. You know.
Absolutely, yeah.
I wish I had it here immediately to pull up, but I don't. So, hey, there's somebody on the chat room tonight who's writing in. It looks like Russian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we're being hacked tonight. I would imagine.
It's probably the My Pillow guy.
It's probably My Pillow guy.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that Pasnokometia.
Let me see here. Oh, look who's here. I don't know. Are you? Let me see here. Are you back here, Ray, or are you still in Switzerland? Wait a minute.
France.
Or France? Where was he? I don't know.
France.
But
Yeah.
there we go.
Hey.
Yeah, where are you? Are you still in France?
No, I'm back. I came back yesterday.
You're back. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You have a good time?
Yeah. Yeah, I had a great time. Went to France and Italy.
Yeah. And how did they treat you so far as COVID was concerned? Did you have to go into quarantine for a while?
No, not at all.
Not
Just,
at all.
They have a pass over there now that's national in all the European countries, and you have it on your cell phone. And to go into restaurants and so forth, you just need to show it. And then you just need to, everyone wears a mask indoors.
Yeah.
Pretty easy. I just had to get a test 3 days before we flew back.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, and you had you had your vaccinations, right?
Right.
All right. So you were good to go.
Yep.
Oh, great.
Piece of cake.
It seems kind of easy.
It is.
Yeah.
I think Ireland and England maybe are harder. I think Ireland you can't even go in unless you like 2 weeks of.
Listen, I don't think we should let
Quarantine.
anybody in here now until this whole
Yeah.
thing is out of the way. You know
Indonesia's the same way.
what?
Indonesia,
Yeah.
same way. So my wife's from there, and we were thinking about going back to visit the family, but they were like, "No, you gotta you gotta come in and you gotta quarantine for 2 weeks. It's your own expense." So I was like,
Right.
no.
Well,
And France and Italy weren't like that at all. It was totally easy, very easy. But also it was good because my wife is French, and she figured out we could get the pass on our phone, even though we didn't have a French test. So if it was just me, I would have been up the creek. I wouldn't have been able to go anywhere. But my wife was able to work it out and figure out a trick with one of the pharmacists because she speaks French and she's French. So yeah, I could see where that would be a problem if you weren't French.
now you had to get the test before you came back into this country, right?
Right. Yeah.
It seems weird that they're asking that of Americans. You know, if you
Well, I think it's America that asked for it. I think it's the United States.
I know.
But you know what? They didn't even check. I mean, all I had to do was fill out a piece of paper saying I did it. So.
Oh, that's why we've got COVID.
Yeah, no kidding.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
See,
fine.
that's a big deal. That's a big difference between us and France and Italy and places like that. They actually check.
Yeah.
Yeah, here it was just like, yeah, I did it. Okay, fine.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. Well, our good friend William here, you know, he came on last night and told us this tale of how he was in the hospital for 3 months with COVID.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was on a respirator for 20 days, 21 days, and they would have just pulled the plug on him, but he started coming around, on the 20th day or something?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and last night I actually was going over the play, or actually this morning I was watching the playback of this, and somebody had asked a question. Okay, at what point do they decide when to put you into a coma on a respirator? And I can answer that, and the answer is, well, you can't move when you're on a respirator. You don't just get up and go to the bathroom.
Right.
You don't walk around. You have to lay there.
How do you obviously pee in your coma, right?
Yeah, well, there's a catheter.
Yeah. Yeah. So they got you all plugged up. How about pooping? I guess you don't have to poop because you're not eating.
There's a thing for that.
The bag.
Really? But
You go into a coma right away, right? Because it's so uncomfortable. You'd go out of your mind. You can't move. Yeah.
So they were actually doing me a favor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They sedate you before they intubate you, right?
Yes.
That's what we just said. Yes.
I know. I'm just clarifying.
Yeah.
And then they put you in an induced coma because otherwise you'd have to lay there motionless for a month.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
For the next 20 days, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of drug they use to put you into it.
I don't know. I don't remember, and I didn't ask.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you know, the best way to put you in a coma is just to have you get married. You know.
Hey, William, do you know how you got it?
Apparently I was exposed to somebody who brought it in. I had contact with them, and and a few days later I started presenting symptoms.
You were not vaccinated, I assume.
Well,
At the time, this was
a year
prior
ago.
to the vaccine.
Oh,
This was when all this was starting to happen. When the lockdowns were beginning, we didn't have a vaccine to speak of. And I thought, okay, I'll just wash my hands.
We were even iffy about masks and so on.
Yeah. Right.
You know.
there was a lot of question about that. I just thought maybe I just wash my hands, not shake hands with anybody, and try to keep everybody at least 6 feet away from me. And I still managed to get it.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, we don't have to get into it again tonight because we really told the whole story last night.
Yeah, that was interesting.
But then again, so where were you last night, Alan? Not that we missed you.
Not that I sent you a text message. Do you have me blocked or something?
No, I didn't get a text message from you.
Oh, well, you're right. I didn't text you. I told you the night before I wasn't going to be here on either show.
No, you didn't. I heard about it on Jack's show.
Oh, well, you got to listen to Jack's show to find out where I'm at.
Do I?
Sorry. No, no. I thought I texted you and told you, but I guess not.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. I mean,
I apologize.
You have absolutely no what can we call it?
Obligation.
No, you have no. What's the word I'm looking for?
Obligation.
Obligation. I'm so bad with words lately, and I think it's the drugs I'm taking. But anyway, you have no obligation, to let me know.
Well, I usually like to tell you or Jack because I'm on the show almost every night. And,
yeah.
The last time I was helping my mother, and then I got home on time to get on Jack's show, and you heard me. And so, yeah. So I will. I'll try and do a better job.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll just assume you're not going to be on if you're not here.
Well, that makes sense.
That would be a good assumption, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Yes, absolutely.
Good. Okay.
Yeah. So, what's happening on the news? Since I'm not watching it, I watched the 6:00 news tonight, 6:30 news tonight, just to get the basic headlines because they pretty well do it without having an opinion. But I'm not watching like MSNBC or CNN.
I heard that MSNBC went out of business now that you're no longer watching.
That's right. They collapsed under the weight of me not being there.
Yeah, I watch MSNBC.
Yeah. Well, I just can't take it anymore. I
heard Ashton Kutcher made a flip. He does bathe.
What?
Ashton Kutcher. Ashton Kutcher was saying how he doesn't bathe, and he flipped. Latest news is that he actually does bathe.
He doesn't bathe, did he say?
Never mind. You haven't been following.
No, Ray, it's hard to hear what you're
saying.
Ashton Kutcher said that he doesn't bathe much unless he stinks between his legs. And then he flipped. He says he actually does. Anyway, and you said what was in the news. I'm telling you what's in the news.
Oh, I see. Okay. Jeez.
And this is new.
Yeah. Well, you see,
yes.
I mean, that's so close to not being news that I didn't know that's what you were referring to.
Well, it's on the front page of my Google News every day, so I thought I'd just let you know.
It's the front page of Google News?
Yes.
Is that where you go for all the latest news?
I do. I have to tell you.
Because I go there, I do go there on my iPad. And for instance, if you go there, it's you just get all these headlines like, do you really know? Why you shouldn't really install the Watch OS beta on your Apple Watch?
Oh yeah, I got that one.
You got that one?
Yeah. Yeah.
And ratings, Stargirl dips in return.
I didn't get that one.
Starring Ray Rinaldi.
Renati.
I was in Italy. Everyone was pronouncing it correctly. Renati.
Let's see here. Stargirl dipped on the return. She's put on a few pounds. She's put on a little heft.
A little chubby.
Gina Carano reveals details about first project since The Mandalorian. Remember that whole thing?
When it got bounced off that show?
Yeah. I liked her on that show anyway. I don't care what she said. She said something that was just stupid. I'm sorry. I just, you don't have to fire somebody for stupidity. You fire them because they're assholes. But maybe she was, and that was the reason they didn't want her around. Yes, Tony.
I got a little interesting news for you, and you're going to like this.
Yeah?
Rand Paul
Mm-hmm.
Do you like the guy?
Oh, I love him.
Oh,
Listen to this. Listen to this. I'm reading. 16 months late, Rand Paul's wife filed papers saying that she bought stock in Gilead Sciences, which is a drug used to treat COVID-19. It's supposed to be filed 45 days after the purchase.
The drug was remdesivir.
Yeah, but the company that he bought into was a company that produces the drug for it.
Gilead, which makes remdesivir.
Right.
Whatever the case is, they never filed so she knew with information he had, you're supposed to file that 45 days after purchasing the stock. It took them 16 months.
And you know what the result's going to be, Tony? Bad. Go back to your life. They're not going to care.
Yeah.
No, but this just shows you, though, that how sneaky he is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's a politician.
He's a loser. He's a piece of dog poo.
Yeah.
But you know what? No, he can take heat for this because he's in the wrong here. I mean, they used information. The only reason why she invested in that company is because they knew that they had information from the inside of what was going on. She never would have invested in a stock like this unless he told her what was going on. That's like insider trading, really.
I don't think
exactly
he knew.
insider trading.
I don't think he knew.
Yeah, Ray.
You don't think he knew? How do you think she found out?
Yes. Can I say?
Ray
Can I
has
ask
his
you a
hand
question, Tony? Because I was in this business before I was full-time acting. I was in this. So what did he not? What did she not file?
She was supposed to file after purchasing stock. She's supposed to file a disclosure. They said 45 days after the purchase. She took 60 months.
Is he on the board? Is she on the board? Is he on the board?
I think it's because it's a disclosure.
No, it's a disclosure because he's in politics.
Yeah.
Okay, so he has to file a Form 4, I think.
Yeah.
And okay. And I'll tell you right now, I was in that business. Everyone files them late. So I'm not trying to stay on his side because I hate that guy, but I'm just saying hardly anyone ever does it on time because they forget they're supposed to do it. And it's only an SEC form. They're never going to get in trouble for not filing that form. It's a Securities and Exchange Commission thing. It's usually not intentional. I'm just telling you.
No,
I doubt anything's going to happen.
I mean, I don't care if anything happens, but it just shows you like what a slime bag he is.
Well, this is
we needed to know that.
We have
frames it even more. Though,
we have a certain motivation that he has to make people sick.
Yeah, remember he was going after Fauci. Remember?
Oh yeah, well they always, I can't believe they even go after Fauci. It makes no sense.
Well, Rand Paul was the one. Remember, he kept going after.
I mean, it makes no sense. I mean, they've made a deal out of him like being the enemy, and what has he done? He's just giving you the best information he knows. You know, I mean,
he's about the best information that can be.
Well, let's say he's wrong about everything. It's still he's trying to give out good information. It's not it's terrible.
The Republicans.
Hey, folks, we'd like a few more callers if anybody feels like calling. I look at all these people every night who are on the chat room, and none of them ever call. None of them ever call.
I was wondering how Renee was, Alex. We haven't heard from her in a while.
Like 2 years.
Nobody knows.
I know.
You can't get a hold of her.
I've written her. I've I had an email address on her. I had a Facebook address on her. I tried her at all of them. Nothing.
Yeah, I know.
For all we know, she's dead.
Does that other guy in Hawaii know her? The guy who used to call?
They knew where they lived because they were on the same island, but they were on other opposite ends of the island.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, I'm drinking water tonight.
Yeah, I figured you were.
Yeah.
Learned your lesson last night, huh?
I didn't have much of a hangover when I woke up this morning around 6. I just got up, drank a cup of coffee, and did my homework all for the rest of the morning, and I felt pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I had a hangover this morning from watching you drink last night. So it was,
Yeah, I did myself.
Yeah. But I have not been paying attention to the news. I don't watch MSNBC. I absolutely refuse to watch CNN. I have been watching a little Fox because that gives me entertainment. And I don't get mad at Fox because I know they're assholes. I'm mad. I get mad at MSNBC because they're supposed to be decent and they aren't. And so that irritates me so badly. I just don't want to watch them anymore. I just sit there, and Marjorie still loves watching them, and I go in there and I go, "You watching that again?" I just, even though they're supposed to be on my side, they're just so unfair in their reporting. I mean, I like balanced reporting. I like something where I have to maybe make up the decision myself rather than have someone try to force feed it to me.
That's not allowed.
Yeah.
No. No, it's not.
I
used to be a big fan of the BBC until they got all woke. And
have they gotten woke?
Yeah, they've gotten really, really woke as of late. It is insufferably woke.
You know what we get? I don't know if you get this where you guys are out in California, which almost everybody here, well, 3 of us are not in California and 3 of you are, or on the West Coast. Do they run the 24-hour Israeli news network out there?
They might.
I've never seen it. I only see Al Jazeera. I've never seen the Israeli one.
They do here in New York.
I don't see
There's a lot more Jews in New York, I think.
And the only thing I like about them, because I am opposed to most of their politics, the only thing I like about them is they got some pretty hot female anchor women.
Oh, yes. Telemundo.
Huh?
Like the weather girl.
Yeah. Oh, you like the weather girl on Telemundo?
I like the weather girl. Yes, fuck CNN.
She's hot.
Yeah.
I love Telemundo for that. For sure.
There was this one gal they had, and oh my God, I thought she was going to bust out of that blouse.
Well,
made everybody want to run out and get tacos.
You have this thing, One America News, which is completely right-wing, as right-wing as you can get. I mean, they're so right-wing. The other day they were running the complete thing that the My Pillow guy was holding. You know, that summit he was having, that data summit or something.
Boy, was he coked out.
Yeah, but they have a woman on there at 6 o'clock at night our time, probably 3 o'clock your time, she's fucking hot. I mean, she's the worst politically, but she's hot. They do that to us.
Always the hot ones, man. It's always the hot ones.
Yeah.
William, where are you living? You said California.
Yeah, I live in Yuba City, California.
Oh, I own property up there. How about that?
Is it on fire?
No, it's actually an apartment building in Marysville, right next door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it may be in Yuba City now after the fires. You have no idea.
Oh, which, by the way, today the AQI out here is like well over 200.
The what?
The air quality index.
Yeah.
100 is bad. 200 is horrific. And it's over 200. It's like 220, 225.
Wow.
Yeah. Because of all the fires, because of the Dixie fire.
Yeah. Yep. Well,
it's just been awful all day.
Did the Dixie Chicks have anything to do with that fire?
Yeah, sure. Blame that on them too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, and then let's see here, Tony. You sent me a picture of your mother's tombstone.
Oh yeah, they put her name on it. I walked over there.
They're supposed to put her name on it.
Yeah, Alex, you want to laugh? When I walked into the cemetery, I did my exercise. When I went in, I saw the truck with the engraving, and the guy goes out, and he was doing other stones. So on the way out, I said, he said he did it during the week.
So it was the family stone. They just added her name.
Yeah, they added just Nancy. It took since January.
Well, Those are all.
I told you 5 letters, $900. I was laughing when I thought about that. I was thinking of you when I was counting the letters. I got to tell him this. And I was walking out, and I was kind of like chuckling. $900 with 5 letters.
Yeah. You go to graveyards to get your exercise. Is that what you just said?
Well, I did 2-mile walk. I wanted to put flowers down to see if they put the name on it, and I went in. But where it actually is, it's in a middle village, so it's in a nice neighborhood, not too far from my house. So then I went to the food store on the way home. So I made it like, a trek.
You're losing me somewhere here. The cemetery is in a nice neighborhood.
It's in middle village. Like if you
it's a quiet neighborhood.
It's right in the middle of the neighborhood. So when you walk
Wait a minute, the cemetery is in the middle of the neighborhood?
Yeah, in the middle of Middle Village, borderline Middle Village in Glendale. Yeah, it's in a cross section almost. It's very big. John Gotti's buried in here, Alex, and Geraldine Ferraro, and Robert Mapplethorpe. I know 3 people already in there. Famous.
Yeah. Was Mapplethorpe Italian?
I think he's Irish because he's only 2 minutes from my mother's grave. I walked over and I found it right away. There's always people putting stones on stuff on his stuff. His is really small. Like you wouldn't think the guy had money.
What do you want? This whole idea of a big tombstone.
Oh, there's some big ones there. I was walking around, I was like, wow, look at this. There's some big ones.
Oh, they have ones. You know what the Russians are doing in cemeteries now? Is that when my friend Jack Garfine was buried, we had to go past the Russian section, and they have these photographs.
Oh, I seen that, Alex. You saw that
on the tombstone.
One of a young kid. That's weird. How do they do that?
It's some process they have, And
then 3 stones for my mom. Every time I walk by, they had like a picture of the kid. He had to be like.
And I don't think they etched the picture in there. I think they actually somehow laminate it to the tombstone.
Yeah.
Is anybody else seeing this?
They're actually building houses as cemetery plots. They have actual houses. These
mausoleums.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the mausoleum. Yeah, thank you. A mausoleum. It's a house. It's like a 2-story house.
Yeah.
Except for much more expensive.
Yeah. They're mostly narco gangsters.
Well, they also do one other thing. Richie Jukin. Who is Richie Jukin? Anybody? Oh no, he just disappeared. Okay.
Jukin, Larkin.
No, it wasn't. And where is Larkin tonight?
Oh yeah, where is he? Maybe he's working.
But anyway, so God, we got a half hour to go, and I have nothing to talk about.
Did you go out today?
Walking? Did I go? No. You kidding me? Did you see?
I had the swimming pool.
Well, you have the swimming pool, but I mean, I took a walk yesterday, and I came back, and Marjorie said your face is really beat red.
It was bad. It was hot.
Oh, it's not raining there. I guess the temperature's bad. High.
Well, I walked 2 miles yesterday, and I walked 2 miles in 90-degree weather. So yeah, so today I figured the
humidity was 130.
Yeah, right.
Just about.
Right. I mean, it was just so I didn't want to even try it,
God, I remember the East Coast weather. Oh, I feel for you, Alex. I really do.
Well, it's just it's bad enough. This is a fucking city, okay? You add to that humidity, and you go, why am I here?
I do that too. It's like I don't want to leave the house. I went to the post office. I run back home. It's the air conditioner.
I mean, I'm trying to convince Marjorie that we should probably sell her place here in New York. She has a apartment, and sell that, and with the money we might make off of it, go and buy a house in upstate. Live in the country. Do this show from the country. If I even do it anymore, So. But if I keep getting hardly anybody calling, I don't know why I'm doing this, and a lot of people don't make it. Like Charlie is totally unavailable now, until the winter.
He's working again.
Until the winter, So, so I don't have Charlie. And I don't have Larkin hasn't called tonight, and Neary hasn't called tonight, and
All right. Well,
but I called.
Huh? Yeah, but you called. Well, we're glad you're back.
Got a new guy too.
But
hey, Tony, have you ever been to Italy?
No, my brother went, with his girlfriend. He says, I have to go to Rome. I gotta go one time. He said, I want to go to Rome. He said Rome's the
Yeah, I spent 4 days in Rome. It was amazing.
Yeah, did you go to the Vatican?
Yeah.
It's like their own country, he says. Like the.
It is an own country.
Yeah, it is.
They have their own little thing.
What do you mean
it's not like an own country?
It is its own country.
They even issue passports.
An hour and a half in the Sistine Chapel, just staring at that wall that Michelangelo did.
Oh yeah,
it's just incredible, man. Yeah.
You know, Ray. Tony has been in the Italian section of the graveyard, though.
There's a cemetery like that in Oakland, in the middle of a really nice neighborhood. It's a big one too. I used to take headshots there. Yes, it's right on Piedmont, on the border of Piedmont and Oakland. Yeah.
Well, Ray Renati, who is Italian, right, Ray?
Right.
Yeah, I am.
The thing with Ray and the thing with Tony is that they have the right in Italy to become a citizen automatically.
I started the process because so Tony, look it up. Like, you have any grandparents or great grandparents?
My grandmother came from
all you have to do is have a grandparent, or something like that.
Even a great grandparent on, as long as they didn't nobody renounced their Italian citizenship in between, you could become an Italian citizen.
My grandmother immigrated from Naples.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to do it.
There you go.
Because then I can get my European passport like everyone else in my family.
Alex Shecky went to Naples. I told him when I visited, my grandmother came from there. I was like, all excited.
Yeah, but the point is that if you're even an Italian, you get the right to be a citizen. What is this? I'm calling.
As long as there was no break in if the because I looked this all up. So if they came over here like grandparents and they didn't renounce their Italian citizenship, then you can you can become a citizen.
By the way, hold on a second, Brian Neary. Let me just run my my cursor over there. I'm calling. Are you happy now? I am delighted. I am delighted.
And Charlene joined us.
Too. So we have a female presence here.
Yay!
And slowly, Ray Renati's the sun is going down in California. Looks like he's in the witness protection program.
That's right. What about Snooki? No, not Snooki. Wrong show. What's her name? Kathleen. What about Kathleen?
Oh, Kathleen. Long gone. Long gone.
She's long gone.
Ray, you missed a lot.
I've had several people go crazy on me. Okay.
Oh, I saw that. I watched it. Oh shit! I saw it like 2 months ago. I forgot.
No, there's another one too, Ray. Every week somebody's been told to fuck off. It's like fuck you, blah blah blah.
Somebody.
Tony was there. Robert was there.
First, Robert went. We had Robert go crazy. We had Kathleen go crazy.
I saw that.
And
her dad was there.
Yeah.
Okay, now I remember. Yeah, I saw that.
And then we have the ongoing thing with what's the guy in Indonesia? Bree.
What's wrong with Bree?
All of a sudden, he started writing me out of a clear blue sky, saying, "What you did to me last year, blah 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 blah." Yes.
And everyone's going crazy.
Everybody's going nuts.
That's the truth.
Yes,
it's COVID.
Yes, Jack.
Hey, listen. Bree said he started writing you. He said, and then that night he called me.
I know.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I will never do that.
No, Ray, you gotta watch the Robert Natali one. That's
was that after?
No. If you haven't watched it.
No, but I had people literally going crazy on me. First, I had Kathleen, which was kind of weird because I don't know what that was about. And then
I do.
What?
I watched it. Okay, so she was feeling pressured by her father. I could see it so clearly because he can't stand you, Alex, or the show for some reason. She was feeling totally pressured by him. And she gave in and went on his side 100%, and that's what it was.
I don't think you interpreted it right, Ray.
Okay.
Because I know her father, and I like her father, and we get along fine.
But did you hear what he was saying in the background?
He was talking about the group. You guys should grow up. And I'm thinking, grow up about
on that show.
Grow what?
He was talking to Tony. I wasn't on that show that night.
Oh, you were on that show.
You were not.
I was not.
No.
I was right.
No. I watched it because I remember now, Jack. I called that morning, which I stopped because it cost me too much money. It was like $35 for me to call you on that morning, so that's why I haven't called since.
Yeah.
But
then Bree started writing me these things all of a sudden about, you treated me worse than any human being has ever treated me in my life, blah blah blah. And he says, and go back and listen to the show, and he gives me the date of the show, and I go back and listen to it, and I'm, what? You were
so nice to him.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But I said, if I did anything to upset you, I apologize. If that will make you feel better. And so ultimately he said, fine, and that's it. That's the last time I've heard from him. Yes, Jack.
Hey, well, listen, you didn't have happen to you. It happened to me last night.
What happened last night? Did you have a nutcase?
I got a nutcase every night.
What do you mean?
I wasn't there.
Who would that be? Never mind.
Well, last night, I knew that Alan was not going to be there. Mm-hmm. So he had said that. And Charlie is running late on joining me because he's umpiring football.
Right.
And so I start off with Mike Allen.
Yeah.
Okay. And I figure, all right, we'll handle this until Charlie gets here, which would probably be about 10 minutes after. Well, 5 minutes into the show, Mike says, I got to go take a shit.
Yeah, I remember that. I heard that last night.
And he just gets up, walks off, and it's just me. And I'm thinking, I didn't have a lot of stuff prepared last night. I usually have some things I can talk about, but I didn't have any of it, my notes in front of me. And so there I am saying, of all the nights for Charlie to be running late, he doesn't get on with me till 15 minutes, 16 minutes after. And I'm going, of all the nights for everything to fall apart except for the technical stuff, tonight's the night. And I'm not feeling that great anyway.
Well, you see, now we got 9 people here with me. But in the beginning, it was Alan and me, and then Jeff joined in. And, that was it for a while. And then luckily, our new friend here, William A. Ferguson, had joined us. And finally, Tony joined us. And Ray came in. And
so at least you knew, Jack, that what Mike was going to do. Normally he walks out and we think he's getting a cup of coffee, and you hear this, he takes his microphone with him or something, and we hear this long lasting fart go on. Come on, Mike, turn off your microphone.
Wait a minute, did he take it with him into the toilet?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think
hell no.
I think the guy just has bowel issues that reverberate through the house. But there is always something happening on the intersection with Jack Bishop that is unexpected.
Yeah, well, I mean, all I'm saying is that I just had this series of just crazy things happen, And then, of course, Robert Natali, the thing that happened with him was
he went ballistic.
I mean, that was...
Yeah.
Okay, I got to hear that. When was that? I missed it.
That was
that was about
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago on a Wednesday. It started on Tuesday night. And then,
you got to watch Tuesday
ago.
And then it went to Wednesday.
Tuesday and Wednesday starting 2 weeks ago. Okay, I'm going to watch that.
I think, was it 2 weeks? Or was it a week ago?
It would have been the third and the fourth.
No, I think it was a week ago because it was all about the Cuomo thing.
Yeah, it was about Cuomo.
It was a week ago. A week
ago.
Yeah.
Third and the fourth.
Third and the fourth. Okay.
Yeah.
He really caught me off guard. I know he caught you off guard, but the first night he went on and on and on. And the second night he came back because he wasn't done dumping on you. I mean,
Well, no, I think the second night, it almost appeared to me when I went back and listened to it, like he was ready to make the trouble that he made.
Yeah, you could be right.
Oh yeah, definitely. He came with both barrels loaded the second night.
Yes.
Yeah, he wasn't there to do anything else but actually walk off eventually.
I have no understanding of this because you were like defending him around Phil and everything. You were so.
And you had him on the show.
Oh yeah,
he had him his whole half hour.
I gave him his own little show. That's kind of, you know.
Well, see, you give people a taste of show business, and they think they want more, and that's it.
You know the person who's never really gone nuts on me, Phil.
You're
I've
right.
never gone nuts on you.
He stormed off a few times.
Well, he stormed off a couple of times, but I mean, basically, Phil's always been easier to get along with, you know, than a lot of people would believe. The only problem I had with him on the show was when he came on because, and a lot of times he was spent the whole show defending himself, you know. He just kind of hijacked the show, you know, and it made it difficult to do a program. But so that's why I put him on all by himself, and then I kind of slough him off onto the rest of the show on Tuesday nights, and it works okay. You know, because I like him. I don't dislike him. You know, Phil's
Can I
a good
say
guy.
something, Alex, about you and Phil? I find you highly entertaining with him. Like when you first brought him on, the way you like molded him into Phil, like he's entertaining with you. Like when you are on together, it's like I have.
What was it the other night? It was Brian who referred to what Phil was doing the other night as he's doing full Phil tonight.
Yeah, like I read the TV and I listen
classic
to
Phil.
You know. I think that was from Hangover. Was that from Hangovers? Classic Phil.
Classic Phil.
We need Doug back. We need Doug.
I like Phil.
Oh no, we don't need Doug.
He's entertaining with you. The way you rile him up and wind him up and go.
I talked to him personally.
What were you saying, Jack?
My favorite Phil adventure was he called my show one night.
Mm-hmm.
We're having a nice and pleasant conversation, and then all of a sudden he gets up to go to the bathroom, and we find out he's just doing the show in his underwear.
Oh my God.
Nothing wrong with that, but I mean, it was quite a surprise.
Yeah, but it's not like this show. You didn't see it.
No, you didn't see it.
You know.
But the thing is, Phil in underwear is not a pretty picture.
You got to send the pajamas, though.
It's not.
Hey, I just want to say about Phil. I know Phil personally. He is one of the nicest people I've ever met. I swear to you.
Yeah, I agree.
Every time I see him, he has a sandwich for me. I don't know why. He's given me like $50 worth of cleaning products for my cameras without me ever asking. He's come to my shows. He's amazing. He's one of the nicest people I've ever met.
Well, I mean, I think Brian will attest to that as well, because Brian knows him and Alan knows him personally.
Yeah. We go to the car show in the morning. We go get coffee, or he just gets coffee, a whole bunch of coffees, and just starts handing them out.
Yeah, Charlene
he's so generous. Yeah. He's so generous.
Charlene loves getting in the old car and driving around the bad neighborhood and doing a drive-by shooting.
Yeah, Charlene had her hand. Charlene had her hand up.
I just wanted to say, I couldn't believe when Tony told you "fuck you, Alex." That
bothered me.
I had to go and listen back.
Well, no, as I said to Tony, I've been in this business since 1954. Okay, Jesus, I've been in this business since 1954, and in all those years, no one on any show has ever told me to go fuck myself.
I apologize.
Except for Tony.
Tony.
I don't know. Didn't
because Tony's not like that. Yeah.
No, I'm not. That was my alter ego.
Now, right now,
you were holding your ground on that, though, Tony, for a few days.
I know. I was breaking him good that night.
Well, right now, William looks like a James Bond villain.
Right. Boy, I like his cat.
His cat.
That
matches the shirt.
Yeah. Oh, that's a nice smoky colored cat. Oh yeah.
Well, her mama was a Russian blue, and Daddy came from a good neighborhood. So.
Yeah, and Daddy came from a good neighborhood.
Yeah. You know what was that movie with Mike Myers with the cat? He was the bad guy. Alex, remember? Dr.
Oh.
Well, yeah. every James Bond movie, the bad guy, had a cat. So.
Yeah.
I just lost a cat that color.
Oh.
He was gray like that. Yeah.
Well,
I've got one I can send you. It'll pick up the airfare.
My cat's mother actually died of feline infectious peritonitis, which is actually a coronavirus. While we're on the theme.
Wait a minute, who got it?
My cat here, Dixie. Her mother, Gracie.
Oh, okay.
Died from it.
Wow.
Wow. And I thought this one was going to catch it too, when she got to be about the same age.
And it's a coronavirus?
Yeah, it's a coronavirus. We got a theme running here.
William, next week we're all going to have Corona beer too.
Okay, cool.
When is this whole virus going to be over with? I mean, everybody's so.
I'm tired of it.
Yeah, we're tired of it. We're exhausted.
It's like I'm scared sometimes.
2 years.
It's just starting.
People aren't going to get.
There's going to be more variants.
Yeah,
there's going to be more variants.
Nobody gets vaccinated again.
Well, aren't they suggesting now that people my age get a booster?
He's talking about
immunocompromised.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, if you're immune compromised.
Well, also if you're my age as well.
Well,
yes, anybody over 65.
Anybody over 90, there you go.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not immunocompromised, but I did have cancer last year. I don't know if
that'll do it.
If
that works.
Well, the FDA, it's all over the news. The FDA just approved for people that are immune compromised to get a third booster. The other ones of us will come along soon.
So what do I do? Just go to the pharmacy, say I'm immune compromised, or
probably.
I think you need a letter from the doctor.
No, I can say I'm 90.
I don't think so.
I can say I'm 91.
No, you can just go. You just show up.
Yeah, just show up and tell them you're you're getting cancer treatment. That's an immune.
Well, I think I'll haul Marjorie up to the pharmacy and see if we can get a third shot.
And then after you get the shot, we'll see if you change any or not.
Yeah, if you turn blue or something.
Werewolf.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Hey, but there is some good news on the COVID-19 front.
Oh, really?
Trump's dead?
I'm immune, man. Listen. I was in San Francisco in the mid-'60s. I'm immune. Good news is that one of the pharmaceutical companies hopes to have an inhalant vaccine here shortly.
Okay, yeah. I had one of those flu ones not too long ago.
Yeah, I think it's bleach based, right?
No.
Really?
That was a stretch, Alan.
I think I would rather have an injection. You know, I mean, they probably think they want to have the inhaler because more people will just say, hey, I don't have to get a needle in me.
Good news, everyone! It's a suppository.
Yeah, right.
Only in France we'll have the suppositories.
Right.
Yeah.
Now down here in the South, they've got another plan. They're going to put the vaccine into bologna and hot dogs because nobody knows what's in those things.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and they eat that every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Well, I saw this comedy sketch show. They had what 10% of your hot dog is doing right now, and they see a rat scurrying up the conveyor belt.
Well, what I want to know is why today all your vitamins, a lot of your stuff that you take for, ingest or have to take like in pill form is now in gummy form. Why is that?
It's in your bloodstream.
It's because of the CBD and THC stuff. The marijuana.
Oh no, the marijuana. So they have marijuana gummies, but I'm just talking about like I have probiotic gummies, and we have some vitamin gummies, and I just got a melatonin gummy. I mean, why do they feel that I just don't want to swallow a pill? Give me a goddamn pill, I swallow them.
Well, maybe I think it has something to do with it's like a treat. I guess that's the angle they're coming at it. Yeah.
With my probiotic gummies, I eat them just like, hey, I want a little snack, a little sweet
Yeah,
snack.
there you go.
That's it for me with my not fiber optic, but my gummies, my probiotic gummies,
Yeah.
And I've even got the low sugar ones.
Yeah, well, they have the sugarless
Well, it's not quite
vitamin
sugarless, but
gummies.
it's low sugar,
Yeah, well, they have like fiber. They have the fiber ones and sugar free.
That's what I use. And I gotta admit it, I'm one of those people who hates doing pills. I do about 8 pills a day for various things, and having one that I don't have to swallow because I've always had a gag reflex.
Well, they say that the gummy thing has happened because of old people. That old people would prefer to do the gummies than to take a pill. And
Do they have Viagra gummies?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean that would be good for the old people. Hey, honey, I just had my gummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
All they got to do is compound the medicine into a gummy.
Yeah.
Stomach acid is horrible on medicine. And so the quicker you get it into your system, the better it is. And a gummy dissolves, kind of like taking a spoonful of cough syrup, but in a gummy form.
It helps the medicine go down.
Yes, thank you.
Medicine go down.
Why don't we just have it? You were talking about the fact that they were going to have inhalants for the COVID vaccine. Why not just a pill? I mean, that would be easy for people. They don't mind swallowing a pill.
They can't attenuate the virus in pill form.
They can't what?
They can't put a virus in a pill.
Yeah, but what we're doing now is not a virus, right, Brian?
That's for testing, though.
Huh?
For testing?
No, I'm saying that the current vaccination doesn't have any live virus in it.
Doesn't have any dead virus in it either.
No, I think Johnson & Johnson does, but the other two are, oh, look who's here. Look who's leaving, and now look who's back here again, and look who's leaving, and look who's back here, and now she's leaving, and there she's
She'll do that for an hour. Don't encourage her.
She will do this for an hour?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, when the show is slow, we'll encourage her to come in.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian, Alex doesn't understand that kids will go on with the least amount of encouragement because he's never had to raise one.
You should probably rent her out at a used car lot instead of them having to get those wavy things,
Right.
Oh, I just walked through a skunk smell. Ah, gross.
Look at that. Now she's doing her hoochie coochie dance.
For being out walking around.
Bye.
Is she wait a minute. Is she twerking?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
All right, Brian, it was good seeing you. Good night.
5 hours of dancing. Bye.
Cardi B, watch out.
Last week he couldn't get her to stay in there for more than a minute. Tonight he's got to get rid of her. Lock the door.
I think she's absolutely adorable. I have all her pictures on my door to the studio. So I didn't even put it on the refrigerator. I could have put them on the refrigerator.
What happened to your favorite hat, Alex, with the Russian star?
Oh, I still have her. I have the cat on my my Alexa.
You wore that last night.
Huh?
But you weren't there last night.
I wasn't here.
You weren't here last night? Yeah, we ran all the pictures of my friend's cat. No, I'm kidding.
I'll go back and look at it later.
I'm kidding. But I have it right here on my my Alexa. I have pictures that rotate, and this cat is some of them, Anyway, so how you been doing, Charlene? What's new with your life?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, my son is going to go to Tennessee, and I want him to go because I think it's good for him to leave. He never goes anywhere. But then I started hearing about how, he won't get the shot. So now somebody told me that he won't be getting the shot at the airport because they won't require him to get one. So now I'm getting a little scared because, I hope he doesn't get sick or anything while he's down there.
Is he vaccinated?
No, he won't. I mentioned it to him, and he said, don't ask me about it, don't mention it again, and blah blah blah. I said, okay, that's all he has to say.
Wait a minute. Why is he that way? I mean, and he's going down to Tennessee, which is like, it's a high infection area.
I know, yeah. I know. I hope he doesn't get sick down there.
The entire South is a high infection.
He really needs to get vaccinated. He really does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping they'd require him to get the vaccine, before he got on the plane. But
I mean,
talk to William.
What's interesting is that last night William was talking about all the after effects, the kind of things that he has now, which is loss of memory. Mm-hmm. You had lost a couple of teeth, right, as a result of it, and it's all a result of COVID. Okay, it's not a pretty thing, and yes, you can get it. But then once you've had it, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
My next door neighbor has the long haul thing. She's sick all the time.
Who's talking? It's pitch black there.
Well, it's pitch black.
Oh, sorry.
We saw a little.
I know, because the moon's not out, so it's not very bright.
We saw a little doggy. We saw your doggy. You're walking.
I thought that might have been Ray on the ground with a white coat on.
Yeah.
And I'm done.
Tell your son to talk to his doctor.
He's used to. They don't like doctors, they don't think they're sick, I guess, or something, I remember being like that. I didn't go to the dentist for years, right? And then when I got, I don't know what age, I finally went to the dentist,
Wait a minute, I just got a little thing here that said, let me see if I can read it to you. The FDA has authorized an additional dose of Pfizer's, BioNTech, and Moderna's COVID-19 vaccines for certain immunocompromised people.
Yes. I thought you didn't watch CNN anymore.
No, I got this on my computer.
I got it too from CNN.
Yeah. What defines immunocompromised? I don't know if I'm immunocompromised.
HIV, cancer treatment.
But my cancer treatment, mine wasn't your normal cancer thing. It was radiation.
It lowers your ability to fight off infections, cancer treatment.
Oh, okay.
And then somebody that's got an organ transplant has to be on medicine to prevent the rejection, and that lowers your immunity down.
Immunosuppressants don't grow on.
So those are the three main things.
So am I compromised?
I don't think so. You might ask your doctor though.
But I think they might say that I'm, Yes, Charlene.
I know you don't have much time, Alex, but my mother would be a candidate for that because she had Wegener syndrome, which is like your body is fighting its own self.
Yeah.
Your immune system goes. So I have to look into that for her definitely because I think she's immunocompromised.
Oh, okay.
She's she could get any kind of sickness real easily.
Well, see, I wouldn't mind getting the next shot to just boost I would feel better about it, all the way around.
She would feel better too, I think, yeah.
I think eventually we're all going to be, it's going to be recommended that we all get another shot.
I think you're right.
In fact, we may have to keep getting these shots every 6 months for the next couple of years.
A flu shot, they say, right?
Well, it's
together.
It's flu season. It's flu season, and don't forget your flu shot, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't want you to get the flu on top of everything else.
Oh, I got to get my shot next month.
Yeah, exactly.
Get tested.
Anyway, there's our theme song.
Brian pushing those tests.
Yeah, get your test, says Brian.
Yeah. Very important.
Yeah.
Brian works for a company that makes the tests.
Yeah. Where is it? Where is mine? I still have it here somewhere.
Brian, is it one of those rapid tests?
It's a PCR test. Yeah.
PCR test. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, hey, listen, thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Tony. Always a pleasure. William, 2 nights in a row.
I'll be back next Wednesday.
Okay.
And you didn't drink tonight. That's good.
Didn't drink tonight.
Ray Renati, great to have you back. And
thank you.
Charlene, good to have you here. And of course, Ray Renati, when you're not here, I worry.
Oh, well, I told you I was
not Ray Renati, excuse me, Brian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ray.
I don't worry about Ray.
They look so much alike.
And last night I called Steve Kravitz Stephen Pearl. So, But I'm not gonna make excuses for having a senior moment because I am a senior.
We know what you mean, Alex.
Don't apologize.
Anyway, everybody give a big wave goodbye, and I'll give a big wave goodbye back at you. Okay, there they go, folks. There they go. Okay, that's our citizen panel for tonight. Jack Bishop is next with the intersection. He'll be here taking your calls on Skype at GabNet Live. I'll see you again tomorrow night, same time, same station in life. And in the meantime, as always, if you see her, tell her I love her. And by the way, if you haven't done it, get the vaccination, okay? Bye.